So, when I walked into my first debate round, I was completely clueless. I was even more clueless when I saw my opponent, a small kid about this tall, with a huge briefcase stuffed to the brim with evidence and statistical reports in an amount unimaginable to little 7th grade me. And when he spoke in this half-timid, half-frightened manner, I looked at him and I realized I can win. So against all odds, without preparation, an amazing feat of intelligence, wit, and willpower, I was going to make debate history. So I fought with my words, persuading triumphantly, chest held out, head high, and I lost. But I remembered my loss, and I was confident that when I stepped in the same debate round against the same opponent 3 years later, I really would make history. My history. My entire life has been a test of my confidence, my ability to believe in myself when challenges arise, optimism in the face of the impossible, and efficacy when I make mistakes amounts to all of my accomplishments. Whether it be that test that you didn't bother to study for, or that girl that eats up the inside of your stomach, confidence is the key to success. Now, to many of you, I probably sound like the intro to some cheap self-help book you found in your mother's library one day. And I'm aware of the millions of Google searches every day on how to be happy, how to be successful, or how to find true love that provide the simple solution, just be confident. But confidence is so much more than this. It is the solution to solving some of the most complicated and complex issues of our day, both individually and as a society. So allow me to walk you through an average day, except this time we're going to keep self-confidence in mind. So you wake up, 6:30 in the morning, wash your face, and the next thing you know, you're in band class, holding a flute up, reading music that you've never seen before, and the proud conductor of the Pioneer High School bands, Mr. Leach, says to you, the key to sight-reading music is not musical ability, but playing with confidence. So band class is over now, and now you're running. An 8-mile run, a Pioneer cross-country team, and you're leading the pack. And everyone following you is relying on you to set a pace that both maximizes the effectiveness of the workout without tiring out the group. Without being confident in your own ability to set the pace, the group dynamic becomes non-existent. The pace slows down, and the workout becomes a failure. So now you're done with the run. And you wipe off the sweat, and next thing you know, you're in a job interview that you applied for last week but you completely forgot about. And you have to remember that 50% of that job interview is actual knowledge about the job, and another 50% is your ability to prove to that employer that you are adaptive, that you are successful, and that you are confident. Job interview's over. You're home. It's been a long day. And now you just realize that you're throwing a dinner party for 20 people and you have 1 hour to cook a 4-course meal. The famous website on cooking, Chef's Blade, gives advice to millions of amateur chefs every day, and the number one piece of advice they give is simply to be confident in your own ability to cook. Sometimes in our lives, we are faced with problems that seem unsolvable. With nowhere else to look, many of us, if not all, choose to look the other direction. But it is this lack of confidence that holds us back from living a truly extraordinary life. Running at a problem headfirst without any idea of how to solve it is, I agree, risky. But when you fall down and get back up stronger, with more willpower and more determination, that problem has contributed to your own growth as a person, and eventually, after falling down so many times, you solve that problem. So let's turn our attention to a study by the University of Texas that surveyed over 1,000 undergraduate students on indicators of whether you're self-confident and other ideas. And they found a positive correlation between self-confidence and happiness, optimism, wisdom, extrovertedness, conscientiousness, and the willingness to explore new things, and as well as a negative correlation with neuroticism, anxiety, and depression. So why aren't we all self-confident? Many issues in our society today can be traced to the lack of integration of self-confidence in our school curriculum, as well as our parenting from a young age. My experience in debate fostered a growth in my own self-awareness and my ability to grow confidently, as well as open the door for a willingness to explore new activities even when failure was imminent. But the lack of a debate program in Ann Arbor and other places across America is superficial compared to the non-existence of leadership and self-awareness that is produced through our school system. Schools don't teach their students that standing up straight, keeping your head tall, exponentially increases both the way people perceive you as well as the way you perceive yourself. You have to remember that stepping into the brink of failure and coming back up stronger while staying confident and eventually coming out victorious is one of the most enjoyable and valuable experiences in one's life. Self-confidence is the key to a meaningful, successful, and happy life. And by allowing somebody to grow, become a leader, and come out victorious even in the face of impossibility will lead you to become one of the elites in our society. So I leave you with the words of the Dalai Lama. Self-confidence is a knowledge of your capacity to do something great and firmly deciding not to give up. Thank you.